A boss, a botanist, and a baby. What could go wrong? Welcome to K-Drama Flash. This video will cover the 2007 hit drama Bad Couple starring Yoo Soo-young and Shin Yoon-kyung. An ambitious fashion editor decides she wants to have a baby, but she does not want to get married. Will she find a way to have a baby on her own? At what price? Stay tuned to find out. Bad Couple is a 2007 drama that follows three couples as they navigate their respective relationships. Our main female lead is Kim Dang-ja. She is a well-established fashion editor who loves her career. Scarred by her father leaving her when she was young, she's decided to never get married. Dang-ja was content being alone, until one day, she has a fever and all of her friends and ex-lovers are too busy to help take care of her. She is shocked when her friend Na Do-soon's young daughter comes to visit her with porridge in hand. This sets Dang-ja on a mission to have a child who will care for Dang-ja when she is old. After visiting a clinic where her friend Han-young's husband, Kim Yoon-suk, works with his mistress, Kim Se-yoon, Dang-ja learns it is illegal for doctors to artificially inseminate a single woman. Undeterred, Dang-ja sets out to find the most perfect set of genes in Korea. She finds these genes in famous botanist and professor Choi Gi-chan. Gi-chan is an innocent and caring man. He comes from a noble family and is the firstborn with many familial responsibilities. Dang-ja decides to set a series of traps to get Gi-chan to sleep with her, but it's not an easy feat as Gi-chan is oblivious to the charms of women. Meanwhile, the story also focuses on the marriage of Han-young and Dr. Yoon-suk. After his mistress Se-yoon decides to go on a blind date, Yoon-suk realizes it's time for him to get a divorce from Han-young. Han-young loves her husband dearly and believes he would never do anything to hurt her. Despite the initial warning from Dang-ja who witnessed Yoon-suk cheating on Han-young is adamant her husband loves her. Han-young is caught off guard when Yoon-suk announces he has been cheating on her with Se-yoon and wants to divorce her. Han-young refuses to divorce Yoon-suk and tries multiple tactics to keep Yoon-suk from divorcing her. She even uses their son Chan as a reason not to divorce. Han-young is not confident that she can provide for Chan and herself after being a housewife for 10 years and not working during this time. Yoon-suk offers to pay her alimony and give her the house. However, that is not enough for Han-young. To the dismay of Yoon-suk's mistress of 2 years, Han-young convinces Yoon-suk to sign an agreement to stay married for a year so she can have time to get back on her feet. After hiring a private investigator, Dang-ja finds out the places Gi-chan frequents. One is the arboretum at the university where he teaches. Dang-ja decides this is where she will make her first attempt to meet Gi-chan. She pretends to be a photographer and while taking pictures of the flowers, she tries to work her charms on a nearby Gi-chan. Gi-chan ignores her advances and continues to move through the arboretum. He ends up by the pond and Dang-ja follows him there. While trying to fake an interest in the plants Gi-chan is studying, Dang-ja falls into the pond and drags Gi-chan with her. Both of them change into dry clothes stored on site, then Gi-chan heads to the greenhouse. Dang-ja notices a sign in the greenhouse that says a group of plants are poisonous. Dang-ja decides to eat the plant to get Gi-chan's attention. Dang-ja pretends to faint but Gi-chan tells her the plant isn't poisonous. The sign is simply there so a tourist does not eat the plants. Both individuals eventually part ways, but Dang-ja is determined to have a baby by Gi-chan. Dang-ja cooks up another plan to anonymously invite Gi-chan to a small island to study a wild orchid that grows there. He agrees to the invitation unaware the invite was from Dang-ja. While on the boat, Dang-ja convinces the captain to leave them stranded on the island. Dang-ja and Gi-chan hike up the mountain to look for the orchid with the intentions to be back at the boat by 4 p.m. When they hike back down, they see the boat leaving in the distance. They both walk around the island in search of supplies. They come across a tent, fire pit, and food strategically placed there by Dang-ja. They set up camp and Dang-ja roasts sweet potatoes for them and makes a special one for Gi-chan laced with an arousal stimulant. The smell of sweet potatoes attracts a wild boar to their camp and the boar eats the sweet potato intended for Gi-chan. Dangja is upset about this and chases the boar off. At nightfall, she wraps them both under a blanket and whispers in Gichan's ear, trying her natural charms once more. Just as it seems it may work, the wild boar appears again. This time, Dangja attacks the boar and sustains a small injury. Gichan springs into actual and finally chases the boar away from the camp. It is later revealed that this moment was when Gichan realized his feelings for Dangja. Han-young continues to refuse to let Yoon-suk divorce her. She turns to Do-soon and her husband Cho Young-gu for advice. They suggest that she try to make Yoon-suk jealous. After failed attempts to find an eligible candidate, Young-gu suggests a model friend of his, So Jun-soo. Jun-soo is the wealthy son of an English diplomat and a businessman. Jun-soo initially declines to help as he does not get involved in others' personal lives. But after seeing Han-young crying at the bottom of a swimming pool and Yoon-suk attempting to hit Han-young, he decides to help her. The duo buy a cell phone with GPS tracking capabilities and plant it in Yoon-suk's car. They track the movements of Yoon-suk and Seiyun with the phone and show up at the same hotels and restaurants as the cheating couple. To thank Dangja for saving him from the wild boar, Gichan invites her to a meal. Dangja pretends to get drunk and on the drive home, she fakes being nauseous. Gichan pulls over and stops at a motel for the night. After putting arousal stimulants in Gichan's drink, Dangja completes her goal. A few weeks later, Dangja takes a pregnancy test and it is positive. Dangja then tries to sever the relationship between her and Gichan. She acts like the night they spent together meant nothing and tells Gichan he does not need to take responsibility for the one-night stand. She intended that to be the last time she will see Gichan, but her doctor then tells Dangja that she was only experiencing pregnancy symptoms because of how much she wanted to have a baby. Dangja was never actually pregnant. Dangja now needs to convince Gichan to go out with her again. Do you think Dangja will be able to convince Gichan to give her another chance? Comment your predictions below and stay tuned for a second video on the K-drama Bad Couple to see if your predictions were correct. Remember to like and subscribe to K-Drama Flash for more K-drama related videos.